Received a question from a follower, and they've been married for 10 years, and she's asking, they're going through a separation, and she's asking, how can I be a better person through this? But I want to read you the question because there's some powerful elements to this question. My husband and I have been together almost 10 years, and a couple months ago he told me he has no idea what he wants. He's been a very angry person for many years. I pushed it away, but it was a lot of emotional abuse for me. So now we've realized that we're both not happy and want different things. We seem to have fallen out of love. I realized I always pick controlling men. We're going to focus on that today. Why women choose controlling men, potentially. But let's keep going. As we both go through this separation, we wanted to become better people for our next relationship. I want to improve myself and have someone I really connect with. And that's a beautiful place to be. We're wanting to grow and learn from every experience we have. But why do we sometimes choose controlling partners? And why specifically do women sometimes choose controlling men? Now, control can also be seen as dominance. So let me give some perspectives here. From an evolutionary perspective, we may say that women may choose dominant men because there's a perception that there's superior genes, particularly at a particular time of the menstrual cycle where women are even more attracted to those types of men. We could also look at, maybe you feel that you need more excitement in your life, and control or dominance can be, the perception of control or dominance in another can complement you. So maybe that's the reason why you're attracting controlling men. But if we go a little bit deeper and we look at maybe the parental dynamic, this can be really useful here. And so maybe our father was very controlling. So it's familiar for us to be. So for a woman, it would be familiar to attract a controlling or dominant man because that was her father. Now, parts of our psyche usually fragment, or we see the world in different parts of who we are and how we interpret our environment. And what may also be happening is that she is consistently attracting controlling men because, one, it's familiar. So there's a familiar pattern being played out, and familiarity is safe. And the second part is that she wants to heal that pattern. She wants to heal that wound of having controlling men in her life. And the way to do that is to actually have a controlling man in her life per se, and then work through the issues of that. The tension point with that is that if the other person, the other individual, isn't willing to look at their own wounding and their complementary wounding with respect to why they've attracted this person, it can be very challenging to do that with another person, and you're probably better off doing it on your own. And so you realize that, okay, I'm attracting controlling men for a number of different reasons. And maybe this familiar pattern that I'm attracting around the father wound, which is not a formal clinical psychological diagnosis by any means, but it's a way to help us understand codependency. It's a way to help us understand the way we engage in new relational patterns, or rather keep repeating the old relational patterns. And it helps us get clear onto who we are. And so acknowledging that, then we can start to look for the signs and the characteristics in another person or a relationship dynamic that will be promoting that control, and she can look for those signs. But more importantly, the most important thing that she can do now as she's moving through this separation is to really focus on herself, is to really focus on her feminine heart, is to really bring love and compassion from a place of self back into her being and into her body. And that will really free her into being a more authentic version of herself in the next relationship, but also attracting high quality relationships. There's more, of course, but I'll stop there. Thank you very much, and I'll see you again soon.